The abduct of more than rather than 100 girls of a landing high school in polar eastern Nigeria has been enveloped in mess. We aware how a team of militants, supposedly of Boko Haram, arriving in the city of Dapchi, Yobe country, for the night of Monday, February 19. They led for by the government girls' scientific and engineering school, escaping a slight time after. Initially, it was declared lot of the girls had escaped and not one had been stolen. But 1 week after, authorities acknowledged they were undertaken by the Islamic extremists. So, which precisely is departure on? The original mess appears to include go of a tutor, who tell to the clique following the assault. He told the militants were inquiring for meal, and not hard to abduct nobody. The girls, he told, had run in the bush and were concealment. Yet, the history became more than embarrassed while various branch of by the government and the troop began divergent in their accounts, to the degree how the save of several girls was announced at a period while no formal had recognized how any had been stolen. One of the largest arguments among parents of the lacking girls and the authorities has been above the quantity of students undertaken. Parents insisted of the start more than rather than 100 girls were lacking of the high school, that has 926 students. Authorities told the drawing was as low as 40 and extended to say how lot had run off in the bush and would no question appear quickly. In the late, fed up in the mess, parents shaped a team and manufactured a listing of 105 names. By the government has with go behind and told the full quantity of lacking girls is, in reality, 110. On how event, he says, the war and by the government initially rejected the kidnappings and remaining quiet as the jihadists heard more than rather than 270 girls in the bush and set up camping. 4 persons year on and the planet is one day once again received denials and disinformation of the authorities and unbelief and wrath of the parents. Several in Nigeria include charged by the government of creature sluggish to answer or question social statements. Down there is a sense how no training session been learned by present authority, that go to force partially since of the social wrath above the way the early by the government had processed the Chibok abduction, and the Boko Haram meltdown more than usually. More than rather than 100 of the Chibok girls stay in captive to the date. If the Nigerian authorities will be capable to discover, and save, the Dapchi girls' remnant to be seen. In spite the abduct of the Chibok girls in April 2014, down there doesn't seem to been a safety guardsman at the high school in Dapchi. And still, parents shipped their daughters in any case. We as well aware down there were soldiers protecting checkpoints close the city, since Yobe country Governor Ibrahim Gaidam said reporter the militants affected several hours following the troop withdrew their forces of checkpoints in Dapchi. The troop has now affirmed it did shoot the soldiers, and Nigerians wish answers on who orderly soldiers to be closed a day up the assault. It has undertaken a 1 week for by the government to take the reality the girls been undertaken and eventually start a big-scale searching. CEO Buhari says military and intelligence plane would be utilized and no rock leftward unturned in the search for the girls. They are refusal to offer any future detailed information of the searching. But one regional print outlet opening, the Everyday Confidence, accountable how part the girls already been whisked out of Nigeria and in neighboring Niger by the militants. Yet, if they are yet in Nigeria, our interviewer believes they will passing to the Sambisa wood, since, thanks to its extensive amount and heavy wood scope, it is the just location they can efficaciously conceal. The is wherever Boko Haram had its staff, and wherever it took the Chibok girls. Main General Roger Nicholas, who leads operative in the Polar East, proclaimed the team had been fully conquered in January. The massive abduction suggests differently. While they refundable, the camping had purified of. The troop has intensively rejected the paper.